In our current message series, we're talking about what it looks like to have healthy hearts so that we can grow deeper roots in Jesus. And one thing we're going to do every week is dive into a different spiritual discipline and talk about how we can implement it into our lives. And today, we're going to talk about studying Scripture. One of the first things I taught my kids for their own safety was to look at me. When my little people wanted to do their own thing and run into a street, they did not want to make eye contact with me for all kinds of reasons. But eye contact forced them to think through what they were about to do. As simple as it may seem, the same is true for us when it comes to studying Scripture. It is the most foundational thing for us to learn as children of God, how to look to Him. Scripture will confront us in ways that we don't like, but will set us free. It will challenge our thinking in ways that might feel foreign because Jesus' way is completely upside down. And through forming a habit of studying Scripture, we will be transformed into the image of Christ again and again and again. First and foremost, though, the Bible is a story about God. We read and study to keep our eyes on God, to get to know who He is and His character. And I say that because while it might sound obvious, it's really critical in the way that we approach Scripture. See, I find that most people study and read the Bible as though it's a story about themselves. It's a story about us. But it's a story about God. And when I read in Scripture a story about a God who is merciful and willing to forgive people 70 times 7, and then I ask myself how I compare to the infinite mercy of God, it is not good. And so then I learn to look to Him over and over again in His ways instead of my own. So as you study Scripture, way before you look to apply it to your own life, make sure you first ask, what am I learning about God in this text? We really believe the Bible is for everyone, which is why we put a lot of energy behind daily Bible reading as a church. And our team writes it in a way that encourages you to engage with Scripture with your own mind and get to know God, not to put more of yourself into the text. And so if you haven't already, sign up to read the Bible through tpcc.org/DBR and join us this month as we dig our roots deep in Jesus and His character.